everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to cut a trumpet or a pincer nail. And the reason why they call it a trumpet nail is because if left unattended, the nail will continue to grow into a tube shape and it can actually look pointed. And the reason they call it a pincer nail is because the ends of the nail curve in so much that it pinches the end of your toe. And it's often miscategorized as just an ingrown toenail, but this type of toenail can be reversed, and I'm going to show you how to cut it so you don't cut the end of someone's toe, because the skin does get pinched up underneath the nail. And I'm going to show you how to start the reversal process, and the link to the full tutorial is in the description. Enjoy the video. So they call it a trumpet nail when the corners on each side of the nail start to pinch in. They call it a pincer nail or a trumpet nail. And what happens is that the ends pinch together so much that it squishes the skin up inside of it. And so it's kind of dangerous, and nail technicians are afraid to cut it because they'll cut people a lot.
Right. They'll cut flesh.
Yep. So you have to make sure that you feel underneath there to make sure that you don't have any skin. And then you get the tip of your nippers in and just cut a corner off the side. And then you do the other side.
So you're recording this right now for you.
Yeah. Oh, you can talk. And then you have a nice clear view of all of the underside of the nail. And now I can really see the skin doesn't start till right there. And then I can cut that straight across. So our goal today is we want to try to prevent these corners from digging down. So you can see this little piece of skin right here where it's cut in and it's making like a C. It's curving and cutting into the skin. So some people think that this is just a severely ingrown toenail, but it's a pincer nail or a trumpet nail. So when it grows out here at the base, it's the widest part. But then as it grows up, your nail walls here and here have receded inwards.
Yes.
So we need for your nail walls to come back out to the sides. So we're gonna put just at the base of the nail, from like here backwards, a really thin layer of acrylic. And then as the nail grows upwards, it's going to keep this nail, the edges, that wide. Okay. And it's going to prevent it from curling in. And so in a month when you come back in, I'll put more at the back.
Okay, I understand.
And then in a month when you come in, we'll put more at the back. And then hopefully in 4 months, it usually takes about 4 months for this toenail to grow to the length of the nail. It will have, this width will have stayed the same all the way to the edge, and then it will have prevented this from curving and pinching in. And if we can get then the nail walls, and we'll have to do it for longer than that, just to reestablish the nail walls so it doesn't just go right back in.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yep. And hopefully we can get that to start growing normal again. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll do the acrylic last.
Okay. So how did it begin the first time, do you think? Just
From being squished inside of shoes.
okay.
So when the toenail is pressed against things like this,
Right, right.
it squeezes.
Yeah.
I know you all are wondering why in the world are her toenails this color, and it's because she used self-tanner. I've got the nail to the length that I want it. We're going to apply acrylic to it, so I need to make sure that none of the cuticle is stuck to the nail plate. I want to remove some of this stain that's on the nail, so I'm going to use the nail mycosis solution and buff it out with a mini buffer block. And then I'm going to use my electric file with a very fine cross-cut cone bit just to try to thin the nail out a tiny bit, so it isn't so strong that it won't keep curving into the nail. This is primer that helps the acrylic adhere to the nail plate.
The acrylic stay on.
Too many people that put acrylic on their toenails.
Only when they have a cosmetic problem to solve.
I'm applying the acrylic to the back of the toenail, and as the nail grows out, I'll add acrylic behind it and then shorten the toenail. This should hold the toenail in the same shape, so as it grows out, that wide part of the nail will stay out wide and the nail walls will start to reposition, and the skin will fill in where the narrow part of the nail walls are, and it'll actually start to grow back in the location that it was meant to grow. I'm using one of my little 180 grit toenail files to file the top of the acrylic to blend it into the nail plate, and then I'm going to use a little mini white buffer so everything's nice and blended, so when I put the polish on you can't tell that there's an acrylic patch just at the back of the toenail. As I'm feeling with my finger, it feels pretty flush, so I decided I'm going to buff it with my buffer block. But after buffing it with the buffer block, all of the dust settles in to where it is not flush. So I can see very clearly that it still needs a little bit of filing right on the tip. Right there. You can see the dust settles into this little groove right there. So I decided it needs to be filed a little bit more so you can't see that line when I polish the nails. If you'd like to see the full tutorial and what they look like after the polish is on the nails, click on the link in the description. And please leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite part of the video was to be entered into a drawing to win one of the tools I'm using in this video. And one comment will also be chosen for the Comment Hall of Fame on my Instagram. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my channel. You can visit my social media sites to follow and interact, and I would really appreciate it so much if you would click that share button and share your favorite videos to help me grow my channel. Here are some other great video suggestions for you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.